Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to post a new page to the course website so that you can submit assignments or other postings in the course of doing work for the course. All right, so I'm at the course website and I've logged in. You can see that up here in the upper right-hand corner it says Howdy Benton MC. I can then, up in the upper left, go to the dashboard, which is the admin interface for WordPress. And now I'm on the dashboard screen, and this is what you should see when you log into WordPress. There's a bunch of boxes here which you can either minimize, or if you would like to get rid of them altogether, you can go up to the screen options here and just uncheck the ones that you're not interested in. And then collapse that. You may be interested in seeing how many posts your classmates have read. And there'll be some other widgets I'll be posting shortly that will have information about, your progress and other people's progress in the course. So as those show up, you may want to check the dashboard to see how you and your classmates are doing. But for this tutorial, we're going to post a new post to the website that has the content for your lab that's going to be due. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, there is a menu for posts, and if you click on it, it'll bring up the screen with all of the posts that have been written. And for you, you want to click Add New. And the post editing screen will come up. The first thing that you'll want to do is add a title to your post, and it should be informative. So for example, if you are posting something, your first lab entry, you can do put your Logic Gates is the name of the lab, and then you can put your team name, right? Okay, in the title of the post. The next thing you want to make sure that you do is select an appropriate category. This is a lab, so you want to put it in the labs category. And then you want to make sure that you assign appropriate tags to your posting. In this case, since it's lab 1, you might want to say lab 1. You also might want to put as a tag, you might also want to put in here something like Logic Gates, right? But since it's related to Logic Gates, you also might want to put in here your EID so that this tag will be associated with you. And you probably want to put the EIDs of your teammates as well. You might also want to put your section. Okay, if you're in section 1, put that one in there. And also notice when I type that, section 1 comes up. If there's already a tag in there, you can select it. You can also do tags that are comma separated. And see how these two tags, section 1 with lowercase and with uppercase, show up as separate tags. Tags are case sensitive, so it's better that everyone use the same tag. So if you see one already that comes up and you put one that's slightly different, you might want to just delete that one. Alright, so I've got tags on here. I've selected a category. I've got my title. Down here in post authors, you can add multiple authors to your post. This gives everybody on your team the ability to edit the post. So for example, let's say one of my other teammates is Leanne Jackson, so I can go in and I can begin typing her name, and that pops up, and so I'll click that there to put her in. If I've got another team member in there, say Morgan Ziegler, I'm going to put him in, and so now all of my teammates are here. Now I can begin entering the content for my post. The content goes in this window, and so you can type here normally, right? So you can just begin, for this lab, right? And you can begin typing up the content for your lab write-up. If you need, of course, you can make things bold or italic using the toolbar up here. It's pretty much like a word processor. There is the ability to have bulleted lists, numbered lists. You can, left or right justify things. If you want to add a link, you just highlight the text that you want to be a link, click the link button, and then type in the URL, right, to what you want to link in, and then click Add Link. Those are things you can do. Over here, you can bring up a few more of the more advanced options for your for the toolbar by clicking on this button at the far right. You can change the level of the text. So, for example, if this introduction, if you have sections, then you can say, you can put things like, if you want to have an introduction section, and I guess I should spell it correctly, right click, introduction, there we go. You can select heading 2, for example, is a good one. Since the title will be a heading 1, introduction should be heading 2 if you want to have sections. And if you have subsections, then you can choose heading 3, heading 4, and so forth. You can change text color here. You can actually align, have a full justification with left and right doing this here. If you need to paste in content from a Word document, then rather than cutting and pasting directly into here, which copies over a whole bunch of HTML gobbledygook from Word, which you don't want, if you're pasting from Word, you're going to click this button, which will bring up a paste window, and you just paste into here, and then click Insert, and that will get rid of all of the gross stuff that you don't want in the content of your post. Here, this will remove formatting from things. This is for inserting special characters, things like copyright symbols. You might find some scientific characters like approximately, equal to, infinity. The characters that you see here are ones that you can insert into your post if you should need them. Okay. This will change the level of indent. There's an undo and redo button. And also you'll notice down here that it says draft saved. If you're writing your post, it will auto save your draft every few seconds or minutes. I'm not exactly sure what the interval is. But know that if you're working in here and something happens, your computer crashes or something like that hopefully you will not lose most of what you did. You'll be able to come back and get that. Also, you can change the size of the editor window here if you want to make it so that you can see more of the things that you want to do. Also, this is a WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get editing interface. But if you need to enter custom HTML into your post, you can do so by going up here to the HTML tab and clicking that, and this will show you actually the underlying HTML. So, for example, if you want to put a table into your lab, you can do so by learning how to do HTML tables. And typing those right into this interface, the raw HTML. Nope, have a typo here. And then when you go back to the visual style, you'll see that you've got a table here that you can, now I can click in any particular cell and I can begin to edit it. I can do things like change the size of the table, things like that. Just by doing that here. This interface doesn't have buttons for adding table rows and things like that, so you actually have to go into the HTML and do that. But once you've done all of that, then the only thing you have left to do is click Publish, and it will be ready to go. If you're scrolling down a little bit, this page line section down here, you don't really need to worry about that. So if you click on that, click to toggle, it will collapse that section, so you won't need to do anything there. The other thing you can do is if you've got an image that you want to be associated with your post, you can click the Set Featured Image link here, and that will bring up a window where you can either drag and drop files in or click here to select files from your hard drive to upload and set as the featured image for your post. That's not going to be absolutely necessary, but it's nice to have images. It makes looking at your post a little bit nicer. The other thing you can do is if you need, for example, to upload a PDF file or a zip file of your code that you've written, or other files or assets that you want to embed into your post, you can do so. Actually, I need to, in order to get down below my table, I need to type some text in here. Now I can say at this point I want to insert a link to a PDF file. I can select this Upload Insert button up here at the right, and I can select a PDF file from my computer, right, or any other file. Let's say I want to put this spreadsheet into my post, and click Open, right, and then scroll down to where it says Insert into Post, and probably want to change this title to something as Output Data from Team Awesome Lab 1, and say Insert into Post, and now I have a link to the file that I just uploaded as part of my post. Alright, so hopefully it should be relatively self-explanatory, and this should be a relatively easy process for you to follow when you're submitting work to the course website. Again, make sure you have a good title, make sure you select the appropriate category, make sure that you put your EID and the EIDs of your teammates as tags, as well as, for example, Lab 1, Section 1, maybe something descriptive about the lab itself or the post itself. And you can also, of course, choose from the most used tag here, right, by going in here and clicking on that, for example, Lab 1 or things like that. Okay, if you have any questions, please ask them in the forum on the course website.